Hello and welcome to Course Like, your car brochure channel. Today is your Saturday special, so the special edition or limited edition is the Peugeot 604 limited edition. Welcome back, and if you're new to Course Like, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars and car brochures obviously, then please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode. First released on a Saturday. Shows that we first release on Saturdays, we call them the Saturday special because we look at various different special editions and the funny little wacky things they do to them or not do to them in some cases as well. Today's episode is this guy, the Peugeot 604 limited edition. Not even a name on this one, a little bit weird, but anyway, let's have a look at today's brochure. So there we go, the Peugeot 604 limited edition. Like I said, no name on it, weirdly. They just call it the limited edition. Would have been nice for them to come up with some kind of name, particularly some kind of nice French word or something, but no. Bit lazy, let's just call it the limited edition. So probably no badges saying limited edition, I'm assuming. It's difficult to see on here because this single sheet is all we get for this particular limited edition. Oops. So I've thrown up the full range brochure for the 604 so we can like compare and contrast and look at a few more pictures rather than just this angle here. Now this brochure is dated 1980. This single sheet here, this particular flyer type thing, doesn't have a date on it, but I'm assuming it's a similar sort of year, particularly as we got a V registration. V registration went from August the 1st, 79 to July the 31st, 1980, if my memory serves me right. So 79, 80, 80, so it's a similar sort of period, isn't it? So I think we'll go with that. So I think this is a pretty good brochure, and this is like the full range brochure. It tells us what this limited edition is based on, and we'll take it from there. So just a bit of a zoom in on that. And I've always liked the look of these 604s of this era. Actually, they're quite an attractive looking car, I think. Very proudly showing the Peugeot emblem on that front grille there. And first thing we can certainly see straight away is it's a two-tone car, and I think that's kind of like the main thing about this limited edition. I think it's fair to say it's a 604 that's two-tone, but I quite like that it's two-tone. I mean, Ford used to do the same thing, didn't they? They used to throw out limited editions that were not much more than a two-tone version, but I do like it. It really stands out and you think, oh, that's an unusual 604, isn't it? And then you find out, oh, it's actually a limited edition. They only did so many of these, so that's interesting in that way, but surely there must be more than a two-tone paintwork, surely. Anyway, let's look at these texts and learn a bit more about it. So it starts by saying, sophisticated elegance and impeccable style are the recognised hallmarks of the Peugeot 604, and now available in limited quantities, a 604 with special two-tone lacquered metallic paint that further emphasises the sleek modern lines of this luxury limousine. Finished in metallic iris blue above waistline and metallic glacier blue below. So we don't have a choice of colours, that's all we can get, two tones of blue. The 604 two-tone is a very special car. Only available on the twin carburettor 604 SL and fuel-injected TI automatics. So it looks like you had to have it as an automatic, and we'll look at the full range brochure to see where the SL and TI auto fits in. It tells us these limited edition models feature Amil alloy wheels, an externally mounted rear view mirror on the passenger side. That doesn't sound much, but certainly in the UK around this time, I'd say the good majority of cars just had the mirror on the driver's door if it was a saloon. You found that the estates used to have them on both, but a bit more unusual at the time to have a passenger side mirror, which today you think that's crazy, isn't it? Because how many times do you look at that mirror when you're driving around? Anyway, waffling a bit, let's get back to the point. All this in addition to the already comprehensive 604 specifications, which include electric sunroof, electric windows, tinted glass all round, and pneumatic central locking system. So actually, they did have a nice spec anyway, these cars, didn't they? They were a bit more of an expensive, bit more of an executive style car. So if you had all these features in the 80s, electric sunroof, electric windows, tinted glass, and central locking in the 80s, remember? That must have felt quite special anyway. And then add the two-tone paints, and it seems really nice. And sounds like you got alloy wheels and that extra door mirror, which, like I say, doesn't sound much today. Let's just have a look at the main image of the main brochure. And if you just look at this main image on the front cover of this brochure, you can see straight away that it didn't have that passenger side mirror on it, did it? So just zooming back to our main image, yes, it's got that passenger side mirror, as you can see on there, and these alloy wheels. So it sounds like it got three things. It got two-tone paints, extra mirror, alloy wheels, and like I say, it doesn't sound much, but like I say, the Fords weren't really doing much more than that on their special editions. I do like it in two-tone, this two-tone blue colour. I think it does look quite nice. I guess later on, if you looked at it later in the 80s, everyone was saying, oh, two-tone paint, so old-fashioned. But now looking back on, I quite like it. Anyway, so it's saying there's two models it's based on, the SL and the fuel-injected TI Autos. So let's look in the main brochure what you got on those models. So if we just open the old model range brochure, it tells us both the SL and the TI use a 2664cc V6 engine with aluminium alloy cylinder blocks and heads and hemispherical combustion chambers. Automatic transmission is available as an option on both models. Sounds like you had to have the auto to qualify to get the limited edition. So it'll be interesting to know, and unfortunately I don't know this, how the price went for that particular special edition. Particularly if you had to go for the auto, they're always a bit more, aren't they? There is another model in the range at the time, a diesel turbo with a 2304 turbocharged diesel engine, not available for that special edition. It goes on to tell us that electric ignition is fitted as standard on both petrol models, and all 604 features a long list of equipment for comfort and safety, which includes electrically operated front and rear windows, tinted glass all round, electrically controlled sunroof, central locking system, not only for the doors but also for the windows and the sunroof, laminated windscreen and 4 halogen headlights adjustable from inside the car. So there was really no poverty spec model, there was just the SL, the TI and the diesel turbo, and it's fair to say they always had a nice list of standard equipment. So this is the SL. It tells us fuel feeds the engines through twin carburetors, one single, one twin choke, 4-speed manual gearbox, option for a 3-speed auto, lacquered metallic paint finish, and headlamp wash wipers. Ooh, headlamp wash wipers. Very nice. I didn't even notice that on there. I might have to just have another look at that. Oh, it's an option. Okay, so that's why. Leather upholstery is also available as an option by looks of it on the auto model with metallic paint finish. So they had some kind of like finicky little things, didn't they? So leather available, had to be the auto, had to have metallic finish. So I guess like the limited edition, you can only get a limited edition on the SLTI, and it had to be the auto. So they had some certain limitations for getting what you wanted. Let's just zoom in on that image, and there is the side of the SL. Almost looks a little bit plain now, just on one colour after looking at that twin two-tone model. Looking at the wheels, they look very similar though. So like I said, that limited edition, say you get these alloy wheels, they almost look exactly the same as what you get anyway, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But let's look at the TI, And obviously the main thing about the TI is, you get a fuel injection system. So fuel feed to the engine through Bosch K-Jetronic fuel injection, a 5-speed manual gearbox, electronic ignition, lacquered metallic paint finish, and Michelin TRX wheels and tyres are fitted as standard. Options include 3-speed auto transmission, headlamp wash wipe, leather upholstery, and air conditioning are both available only on the auto model. So again, there's some nice features, your aircon and your leather. You had to have the auto. So you had some strange little things. I think I quite wanted I think this is the model I would have, but with a 5-speed manual. I don't know how you feel. But anyway, luxury cars, some people do prefer them as autos, of course. And certainly those wheels do look very much a different wheel package. So just quickly flicking through the rest of this brochure. I'm not going to spend too much time because, like I say, we're spending time looking at the limited edition really, but attractive car overall. If you went for the SL version, that's how it would have been badged, and it's also showing a little bit of look at that nice sunroof. Look on the inside looks very French. Them seats look absolutely lovely, very comfortable, no doubt. Luxury velour, kind of like my favourite. You can also option for leather though, of course. Brief glimpse of the interior, well spec'd for the 80s for sure. Unusual placement for that little bit of a light. This would be your TI, and I think the TI is my favourite. A little bit of a different wheel, as you can see on there. And then your engine, like I said, the petrol would be the one you could get with the limited edition. So that's a 2664 V6 engine. So very nice unit indeed. And then a brief look at some of the options. Like I said, that's going to be automatic transmission, so I guess we should zoom in on that. So that's a little bit of a look at that, because obviously that's going to be the gear lever that's going to be on your limited edition model, because you had to have the automatic. Do like this option though, not shown on any picture, but here it is, the wash wipe system and twin wipers. How many cars do you know that have twin headlamp wipers? Very nice indeed. And there you go, that's a little bit of an idea how your seats would look if you got your limited edition with leather, or indeed your 604 with leather. I'm not sure if you could option leather on the limited edition, but certainly you could option it on the standard model, so you probably could do. And then this is just the back page of that full range 604 brochure from the back. Do think it's just an elegant, lovely looking car. Another idea how the badging would have been on your limited edition. So Peugeot 604 SL was certainly one of the options. I think it's a really classy car as it is, but two-tone paint maybe lifts it even further. Okay, so quickly zooming back to our limited edition sheet, let's have a look at the specifications. So bodywork and general information. So body's a one-piece steel body shell, as you would imagine. Looks like it's got a bit of anti-corrosion treatment. I don't know. Were they good at resisting rust? I don't know, you tell me. Dimensions, weight, fuel capacity, boot capacity, and maximum towing capacity all shown here. And then mechanically, surprisingly, a GM auto gearbox with a hydrokinetic torque converter, all-round independent suspension, anti-roll bars front and rear, 175 HR14 high-speed radial tyres, Amil alloy wheels, rack and pinion steering with power assistance, all-round disc brakes, Mastervac servo assistant electronic ignition. And then your engines, like I say, you can only get it as a petrol, so it will be a V6 2664cc. If you got the SL, it was twin carburetors, 136 bhp, 111 miles per hour. And if you got your TI, that's the Bosch K-Tronic fuel injection, 144 bhp, 112 miles per hour, which for a large car, sorry, the cat just jumped up there. For a large car, not too bad, I'd say. Particularly when you're thinking this is like 1979, 1980. Fuel consumption, so the SL, the constant 56 is doing 29.1 miles per gallon. And the TI surprisingly less at 27.7 miles per gallon. I'm starting to think maybe the twin carburetors might have been a better choice. And, early on fuel injections, I don't know how good this system was. And then at the bottom, I'm just trying to show you the little address at the bottom there. Peugeot Automobiles UK Limited, Peugeot House, 333 Western Avenue, London. So, an interesting special edition overall, I would say. Yeah, you're not getting much over the normal Peugeot 604s. But really, the 604s at the time were quite lavishly equipped for the time, really, anyway, weren't they? And like I say, if you wanted a two-tone colour, and it did stand out in two-tone, maybe this was the limited edition for you. So there we go, the Peugeot 604 limited edition here on your Saturday special. Do you remember these 604s? I think they were really kind of like a bit of a forgotten car, compared to things like the fancy Citroens and Renaults of the time, but what a lovely, lovely car. Like I said, thank you for watching. If you've not done it already and you've enjoyed the episode, please do like and subscribe. That does help the channel. And we'll see you very soon. So for now, we'll say take care, have a great weekend, and goodbye.